Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the motherfucking deal, Sauce Nation? Let's get this intro cracking, man. Let's just get in it to win it. Never miss another live stream again. Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and click see all notifications. So what's the motherfucking deal, Sauce Nation? Jay Dizzle, you will start as a moderator. It'll start next Sunday, so it's always like a week from the Sunday. So this week is King 88, and then you will be the man, the myth, the moderator next Sunday. But what's the motherfucking deal, Sauce Nation? If you're new to this and not true to this, if you're new to Sauce Sports is a Houston, Texas Homer network. So that means we're talking all sports, but only Houston. With that being said, I'm your host, Ed Honcho, your Houston homeboy, your Houston homer, a.k.a. Senior Saucy, or HonchoSaucy if you want to get on that Xbox. You know, hey, it is what it is. But I want to talk about some things. I want to talk about when the Rockets are beating the dog shit out the Bulls right now. It's not even funny, okay? I don't even want to talk about that anymore. That's as much as I want to talk about it because that's how unfunny it is. The Rockets are beating the brakes off the Bulls. The Bulls don't deserve that. They didn't do anything to us. It's just unfair. But let's y'all know how we start this thing off, man. Let's get the roll call in action. So if you don't know, man, shout out where you're from. If you're not from the city, shout out your city, state, town, province, territory, hood, set, gang, click, whatever you, however you get out, block, avenue, cul-de-sac, whatever you identify with. You know what I'm saying? You know, make sure you shout that out. And if you are from the city, man, make sure you shout out to your side with pride so I can show you just a little bit of love. That's the least I could do for y'all coming through and being the freshest motherfucking ingredients in the world. And I appreciate that shit so much. I just want to say thank you. Let's see who we got. Voodoo Child. We got Too Good For You. Jay Dizzle. Phoenix. Lucas Gomez. Brandon Wise. Justin Williams. Kelvin Taylor. Joshua. Braden Foster. Rick James Popoff. Ricky Montano. Chris Bertling. ANT Plays. Justin Williams. Royal Empire. What's the motherfucking deal? Victor Nayatome, I hope I said that right. Austin Mata, what's the motherfucking deal? Sean Kitchens, what's the motherfucking deal? Real family already. Doobie-doo. Brian Cushion, you get up out of here. Unless you got another team to go find. Look, you're suspended for 10 streams. Yeah, the Rockets is doing too much. Brian, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's going down? Always good to see you. Make sure I got Brendan Finister. What's the motherfucking deal? Ray, what's going down? Always good to see you. Make sure we ain't missing nobody. Yuma 281, what's the motherfucking deal? How you doing this evening? Shine Real Live from the land of the trio already. WITB, Dewey Harris, good to see y'all. David Lugo. Dead End, Harrisburg, PA. ATX in the motherfucking building. Southwest in the building. Arkansas in the building. Already from Scotty's Belly. That's awful. Scotty would never do that. Big Money, Texas. Big BMT in the house. North Side. Augusta, Georgia. Already. King 88 in the Dirty Bay. Baytown, I see. Angleton already. Indiana, what's the motherfucking deal? South Shore Harbor. Already. Augusta, GA. Already. Oh, we got... How many guesses did I say? Okay. I appreciate that. Dirty D's for joining the flavor. I must have changed my settings on the thing. I thought it had some different different fonts on that. You know what I'm saying? So we got two Augusta Georgians in the mix already. And Nashville. You can go back to Nashville, stay out there. Austin Tucker, what's the motherfucking deal? Pasadena, Brian, what the hell you doing in Pasadena, Dilly, Texas? The slum, Kyle, Texas. Whedon was a bad signing. We will talk about that already. So, you know, show a little love, show some love. But let's get into these moves and, or, you know, lack thereof, depending on your opinion. First thing I really want to talk about, though, is the biggest fear that we had as Texans fans, that we were most worried about coming true. It's no longer a possibility, thank God, because the Tennessee Titans, they picked up Xavier Su'a-Filo. Don't really know the details of the contract. I'm not sure, unless y'all have come across some details. Y'all make sure to let me know. But we don't have to worry about those problems anymore. We don't have those worries anymore, and it's a good feeling. Let the Titans deal with those problems. Like I say, hey, I hope he does go over there, and I hope he thrives, because we already know what to do with him when we see him. So we're not worried about that at all. So yeah, I hope the Titans fan, they were excited about the pickup. We stole one from the Texans. No, you didn't steal one. We were more than happy to let you borrow it. It's like you have you have like more than one of a particular tool or something. Somebody asked to borrow, you like, well, shit, I know these motherfuckers ain't gonna return my shit, so you give them like the shittiest one you got. And just don't even worry about it. So if it don't come back, you ain't even tripping on that shit. Here, yeah, you go ahead, borrow it. It's all good. We ain't even worry about it. So it is what it is, man. We didn't trade nothing. He was a free agent. We don't need and or want anything for it. I don't know, man. That's the crazy stuff. Sitting didn't get signed. People out there reading the wrong shit. But then it's Vrabel though. Vrabel probably feels like he knows something. So that's something. Look, that's Vrabel right there. Vrabel, you want him, man. You loved him from your days as a Texan. It's not a roundtable this evening. We gonna, cause really we do the roundtable when there's some news cracking. We kind of did it more so that first week of free agency, because there was things going down to discuss. But usually it's more like Fridays. We'll let the news from the week kind of accumulate. Fridays, Sundays, definitely always on Sundays. It's just more so. Sitting did get picked up. Okay. It's more so, like I say, when there's news to talk about. But regularly we do it on Sundays, and I say occasionally on Fridays. But do expect, though, as the season comes along, to expect plenty of the roundtable, because it will definitely be going down. It will definitely be going all the way down. Matter of fact, while we're talking about things that are going down, I want y'all to make sure that y'all are available on the 26th, 7 p.m. Central Time, because we will be having the digital draft party. Like I said, we're going to do some things. It's going to be special. Can't give you all the juice right now. We're about a month away. So clear that shit on your schedules. Even if we don't have a first round pick, trust me, it will be more than worthwhile to tune in to see the sauce. We're going to be doing some things a little bit differently. And that's the wrong version. We're going to be doing some things a little bit differently, and I think y'all will like how everything shakes when it's all said and done. I'm trying to get, here's what needs to be done like this. Keep forgetting I'm using a different program. So yes, here we go. We'll throw that right here. Make sure that y'all are a part of that. So make sure I'll be posting the flyer and stuff on the various forms of social media. And there will be multiple flyers. This won't be the only one. Of course, we will make sure there's different colors and different things, trying to keep it in style with the teams. But I'll be posting those on social media, so make sure you're following on the gram and on Twitter, whatever one you prefer. Because then also, you never know what happens with YouTube. So make sure you guys are following, because YouTube might get mad at your boy one day. Y'all might not know how to reach the sauce, man. So make sure y'all are following on all platforms, just in case. You never know what could go down. Yeah, no, that's all about the color scheme. That's the only reason why I went with the reds. There's going to be multiple flyers, and there are going to be multiple looks. So it looked like the flyers you had outside of Walmart. But yeah, we're going to have some live stuff going with that, so make sure y'all are part of that. You're going to tune in just to watch Ray Rat. Look, we're going to put a lock on the fridge like that old school. I remember my grandma used to have that shit, had like a little alarm and shit. You know what I'm saying? If you get in that bitch after a certain time, that hoe going to go off. That was fucked up. Yes, sir. Oh, trust me, it's going to be plenty of, I'm pretty sure, plenty of live reaction and plenty of sauce to spill on what's going on down there. Because even if the Texans aren't there, we're still going to talk about the entire draft. And so make sure y'all are part of it. You know what I mean? Yeah, ain't no excuse. Okay, so let's get into the second thing I kind of want to talk about is, of course, the Brandon Weeden signing. And it was something that we had mentioned that I think was mentioned on the roundtable a couple of episodes back or a couple of roundtables back. You know, guys that you would entertain. I want to say it was like Weeden and Fitzpatrick were mentions. And, of course, Fitzpatrick had already been scooped up. I like Weeden. Okay? I like Weeden. Honestly, Weeden almost looked like he could have, I don't want to say he could have outplayed Savage, but I don't know. Weeden, I like Weeden. I don't love what Weeden does. I like him in a Texans uni because we saw, you know, everywhere else he wasn't able to do shit. But he was okay to me in a Texans uni. Not a world beater. Do I like him? I like him more than I like Yates in a fucking Texans uni at this point in time. I love Yates for what he did in the past, but I don't see Yates recreating that now. So we're talking about this day and age right here, right now. I'd rather see Brandon Weeden in a Texans jersey than TJ Yates. But the only thing about that Brandon Weeden is he hasn't seen the field in 2 years, you know. But let me explain something. The same way everybody's talking about Suafilo is a camp body, I kind of feel that it's a similar situation with Weeden. And what I'm saying is that you don't want to let the market get all dried up as far as, you know, bringing in a veteran or something like that. I still think the Texans are going to look in the draft for maybe some late round talent. I think there's a reason why they brought some quarterbacks in and worked them out. There's a reason why they looked at Lamar Jackson. Because Brandon Weeden is the opposite of what we're thinking. We're thinking that the Texans are finally trending in the right direction. They're going to start doing something different. Then they go back and they pick up a guy like Weeden, who is basically the fucking opposite of Deshaun Watson. But, you know, it is what it is. If they feel like it's a guy who knows the system, is somebody they can rely on if everything falls to shit, you bring in Brandon Weeden. I'm sure he's cheap, and I'm sure it's not a problem. And again, if he doesn't cut the mustard, then you cut him again. But they cut him the preseason last year. Did they cut him in the preseason or they cut him in camp? But anyway, you just cut him. And but I think they're going to go with some youth. I think they're looking to get younger because they've talked about being younger, being more explosive, being faster, being all these things. And Weeden is all of none of those things. So I just don't think that's going to happen. The Ben Kurt, that's the one I need to check out. I've been hearing a lot of, and I've been doing a little bit more looking at some of the it was preseason academy. I've been doing a little bit more looking at some of these collegiate athletes to get a little bit more knowledgeable with some of these guys as far as when, you know, the draft is coming up and seeing where these guys fall and fit best. And so we'll see how that all pans out. Another interesting signing to me that the Texans made was re-signing Ben Heaney or whatever. I know we picked him up late last year, if I'm not mistaken, late or middle of the year last year. Don't really know what he contributed as far as. Oh yeah, I figured Tariq would be playing. Man, they all shooting lights out. Fucking, what does Gordon got now? Gordon had 24 at the half. It was stupid. It was real dumb. Still think we worked out Lamar Jackson just to scout him. I feel like Jacksonville might pick him up. Yeah, the Texans visionary vid. Hell yeah, I watched that bitch today, or was it today or yesterday? Okay, so shit, it's at least two people who called at least 30 points for Gordon. So I know that's two, mark my words. So that should be about $20K each. So we'll see how it all ends up. But he had 2 total special team tackles. That's it, the whole year. Yeah, the motherfuckers out there, they just playing around. You see CP3 out there clowning, they doing what they want to do out there. You got to realize that's how bad the Bulls are. And there's still teams that are worse than them. Phoenix and Phoenix. We see what Phoenix. What do we see? Phoenix Friday or coming up? I think we got Phoenix is like the next game. Then we have San Antonio, and LaMarcus Aldridge is hurt. He just had like a knee injury today, like a knee contusion or something. So don't look like Kawhi's coming back. San Antonio is going to be a real interesting situation. With San Antonio losing tonight, that gives OKC a little bit more space. It's going to be real interesting to see what happens in the West, man. It's going to see what happens in the West. So what was it? But I was talking about, Ben Heaney, though. Sounded like another sign. So they must have saw something in him that they liked. I guess could be a special teams issue. They say that they want to improve across the board on all these things. So maybe they're looking for guys they're looking to dedicate solely to special teams. And it's gonna be real interesting. I expect that unit, and of course there's different special teams units, but with you going out and picking up guys who are known as special teams players, I expect the special teams unit to improve. I mean, no more of this piss poor coverage that we've been having, since the existence of the Texans, basically. Devin Booker is the only good player on the fucking Suns. Yeah, Trayvon, and here's the thing too about Trayvon Boykin. I told a lot of people about that a long time ago. When people were asking about backup quarterbacks, people were talking about a lot of people. I forgot who it was. Kept specifically mentioning Trayvon Boykin. I said that Trayvon Boykin, one, the Texans would have no interest in Trayvon Boykin because he's got a history. And this comes out to show it's even worse because he fucking ran into a damn, I want to say in Austin, he ran into a fucking bar drunk, you know what I'm saying? He fucking had some fights and shit that, in school. And so it's little issues that he's got and shit. Apparently he beating bitches up now. So, okay, you can't be claiming a bitch and breaking her jaw. What kind of shit is that? Where they fucking do that shit at, man? Yeah. Oh, buddy from TCU, yeah. Damn, Joe Johnson twisted his ankle. That's no good. That is no bueno. The Spurs, they out of there. The Spurs is out of there. Like I say, I want the healthiest teams in the playoffs because I want to see the best teams, compete. Because I want the Rockets to beat everybody with no stipulations, with no asterisks and no bullshit that people are going to try to put on there. But we already know how that goes. We already know how the people around the nation. Oh man, I ain't even got the sauce line in action. How people around the nation are going to try to classify this Rockets championship year. Yeah, I'm calling it Rockets championship year. They finna win it all. You see what they're doing with two of their big three out. And of course, like I say, we know that the Bulls have significant injuries too, so we ain't gonna go too far with it, but it is what it is. Now my thing is talking about XFF to the Titans, and I want to believe that Bill O'Brien had like a little presser today. I didn't get a chance to see it, so I know some people were I know some people were talking about it. So if there's anything interesting that y'all heard about that, y'all let me know. I know they said he kind of skirted around the issue with the political issue, of course, with Bob McNair. Of course, they're going to bring that up. He made mention of something very interesting that I wanted to talk about. Here's something that I want to talk about with what he said about Deontay Foreman, which makes me think. Like I said, I don't know all the full details about how I don't know all the details of how, the post-June 1st designations and all those things, but yeah, how those things work. But he mentioned that he mentioned that he could see Foreman being the starter at running back. So that makes me wonder, how do they honestly feel about Lamar Miller? Does that add some truth to the rumors where, is Miller out of there? Because I saw some rumors where, we saw that Miller was on the trading block, that Miller was being offered up, as a trade piece for certain teams and some other things. And, we kind of questioned that. Well, why would you do that if you know that Deontay Foreman might not come back the same? Do you guys think that this is a smart move? Do you guys really? We saw at the end of the year last year that he does have the dreads, and the dread is power. But I mean, do y'all really feel? How confident do y'all feel? And what do the Texans know that we don't know? Of course, a lot more that we don't know, obviously. But what do the Texans know that they aren't sharing with us about Deontay Foreman? Shit, we just barely see them getting out the boot on Instagram, and they are talking about they looking at him coming back, starting the year, and being a starting running back. You know, so you say Heineke, we ain't gonna get shit for Heineke. He ain't done nothing. Heineken ain't done a damn thing. Miller has a first round value. No, I don't think so. And it's not that he isn't a talented back. It's just like he doesn't get utilized properly. So I think it makes him look bad, but I don't think he's as bad as his stats look. You know. But that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking. We were in the round table earlier. I remember Wise mentioning saying that he could see Miller getting traded on draft night. That's something I could probably agree with. You know, maybe Texas trying to make a move and move up somewhere. But the thing is, you got a little bit of RB talent coming out of the draft, and of course, you got a lot of secondary talent. And I think that's what undermined a lot of these safeties and things. Because I mean, shit. What kind of money can you really ask for if people say, fuck it, we just get younger? It's a lot of talent coming out. Heineken, he's the one that broke Quavo record. Okay. We'll tell him to start rapping, and we'll see what he can do. But like I said, I don't think that the league, like, I think people may know how talented Lamar Miller is or can be, but right now, I don't think that perception is on him with what he's done with the Texans, you know. So I don't know. Somebody may have some interest in him. We'll see. It just depends. See if the Browns miss on Barkley, trade Miller to Brown. That ain't gonna happen because the Browns, the Browns picked up Hyde and who else? So they have like running back talent. You know, it's not like they don't have a running back already. It's just That's what I'm saying. You got to realize, like, another thing too is that running backs in this day and age, unless you like a Zeke or you a motherfucking me or what Saquon potentially has the ability to be, you're not going to get a whole lot of love like that. I mean, you know, the running back value is just diminished. You know, they always feel like, shit, there's going to be another young up-and-comer. Look at what's his name? Kemah, where he came from. Fucking third round, some shit like that. You know, the running backs don't have a lot of value placed on them. So I wouldn't be expecting a whole lot. So why I say probably about a fourth. I could see a fourth if you're fortunate. But I just see him being packaged as part of something to get something shaken. So we'll have to see. Le'Veon, Gurley. Let's say Carlos and Duke is not as good as Miller. I mean, they may or may not be. But it's just about you have to feel like what do the Browns see from Miller that they don't see from Hyde or Duke or that they don't believe in? It was 118-86 the final score. Let's see what the prediction is. I was 10 points off. I said 108-86. At least I got the 86 right. I don't think nobody got in their vicinity. Okay, now Beast Mode is close. Beast Mode will get y'all 10K because he had 115-90, and I don't think anybody else was within 5 of the range. Nah. And how much did Gordon end up finishing up with? Because I see I got one. I see one Gordon plus Green equals 14 threes. I have to see exactly what. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's people are. And what did CP3 finish up with? So I have to go check. 31 points for Gordon. Okay. Total. So shit, that's a little bit of sauce. I see 2 people said 30 points for Gordon. So that'll get y'all 40K. And y'all had one good score prediction, so that'll get you 10K. So that's a hot 50K right there. What did Green end up having total? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, y'all got a couple shit. CP3 also. Y'all got a couple predictions that I might get y'all some sauce. But I'll shoot y'all that hot little 50K right now. You know, for showing up and pulling up. Green just had 14? Okay. Y'all ain't getting no sauce for Green. All right. But I want to talk about XSF. And I know people saying camp bodies, and I know we were talking about Foreman, and we're talking about Miller. I want to get back to Miller too. But what do you think XSF is really brought in for? Do you think they're going to try to use him to pry some of the Texans' tendencies? Do you see that? Do you see him making the roster? I mean, what is your actual prediction for Xavier Su'a-Filo? I want to know what y'all think happens. Give me one prediction. Do you think he's going to make the roster? He's just there for intel. And I don't know how much intel he could provide because obviously he wasn't retaining it because he wasn't using the shit. And or you think that they really have a genuine interest in him? He wants Su'a-Filo to start. Yeah, I want him to start too. I would love for him to start. That would be awesome. I would be quite pleased if Su'a-Filo was the Tennessee Titans starter. I'd be like, shit, put me in the game if Su'a-Filo's the Tennessee Titans starter. I'll come out of retirement and make it shake. Here, we'll do a quick raffle on y'all. We'll be doing that. Say, why will average 3 sacks a game against the Titans? Hey, no, do you understand what kind of buffet it would be? Yeah, like this is the guy who said that he was afraid of Mariota. Then he goes out and he gets, knowing how bad Su'a-Filo is, he goes out and gets Xavier Su'a-Filo. But maybe he's planning on doing a lot of running. Because, shit, I don't know what the fuck they going to do. I don't know what they intend to make shake with Xavier Su'a-Filo. Because, I mean, I don't see the value in it. I don't see, I mean, unless they look, because they went and got rid of what's his name. So they got what, who did they pick up another running back? Who did they pick up? They picked up old buddy, huh? They picked up Lewis, didn't they? Was it the Titans that picked up Lewis? If I'm not mistaken. I mean, if I'm not saying, rumor is that teams are offering 3 first-round picks and a second in this third in this draft for ODB. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, here's the thing, and I'm going to tell y'all want to talk about ODB? We'll talk about ODB for a second. OBJ, I'm saying ODB. I'd rather talk about ODB, old dirty bastard, than OBJ. What's up, Press Ryle? What's going down? Everybody winning. Everybody winning. What's happening, Rising Phoenix? Why you ain't getting no love, man? Here's the thing. I think Odell Beckham Jr. is a solid player. I think he's really good. But if you want to line him up and you want to line Hopkins up, I'll tell you why I take Hopkins 10 times out of 10. Because with Hopkins, you don't have the problems that come along with Odell Beckham Jr. You don't have the issue that's shaking in the fucking. I don't think he's an issue in the locker room. I'm sure he's fun to be around, and receivers like doing weird, fun shit. So they probably entertain him there. But ownership, management, I'm sure he's a fucking handful to deal with. He's already a fashionista, diva type broad. You know, he got there speaking, I want 20, but I want to be paid the most. But what have you done? What record-breaking things have you done to be paid the most? What have you done that just that says that you deserve to be the highest fucking paid player? Well, I guess $20 million wouldn't make him the highest paid, but the highest paid receiver, motherfucking me, in the league. What have you done? And I would say people saying all this stuff, entertaining this, like, so you telling me that you would rather bring Odell Beckham Jr. in here and lose a Clowney or something of that nature to try to bring in this dude, but you already have the best receiver in the game here. You talking about the things, the problems that Hopkins doesn't give you. Don't give you no attitude issue. He comes out there, lines up every fucking drive. He ain't fighting no nets. The dude had his jersey damn near ripped in half. Did you see him cry, complain? Did y'all see Hopkins bitching about anything? He got back up. went back to the huddle and did it again. Got back up, went back to the huddle, did it again. Embarrassed people, clown people, got back up, went back to the huddle, did it again. Wasn't no crying. Wasn't no bitching. We're used to working receivers out here. The receivers over here in Houston, they don't cry. The great receivers that we've had two of the greatest to play the game. Or one is an up-and-coming great. One of them was the greatest to play the game. And I felt like his career was undermined by play calling from another regime, but that is what it is. But Andre Johnson, when did you see Andre Johnson ever bitch about anything? When did you ever see Andre Johnson complain about anything? Contract issues didn't matter. He pulled up. He did what he had to do. Other than him whooping Finnegan's ass, and that wasn't even a complaint. He just like, man, fuck this shit. I told you. I gave you a warning. You ain't want to listen. Let me go ahead and handle it up. Since you think I'm just bullshit. Since you think I'm just saying some shit to be saying some shit. And I think they thought that Andre was just too nice of a guy because he was cool, calm, and collected. And they tested him one time too many. But the thing about that, outside of that, and he didn't even get suspended for it because people knew what kind of character Andre Johnson was. There wasn't even a question. They were like, wow, that's Andre Johnson. I remember he went to the fucking Rockets game after that, got a standing ovation. Like, the city loved Andre, still loves Andre. But, you know, it is what it is. Hopkins. You ain't never had no issues out of Hopkins. You had the fake doo-doo accusations. You know, I don't know what that was all about. Like I say, they said it wasn't him. It was the roommate or whoever it was from the draft shit. You don't hear no issues out of Hopkins. The only problem that I have with DeAndre Hopkins is some of the clothes that he wears. But he don't wear that shit on the field. And so I don't care about that extra shit. As long as he's wearing the right jersey on the field and making the right motherfucking plays, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I can't lie, man. Yeah, that Colts and Titans jersey made a motherfucker sick. Andre is a Texan. He is retired Texan. So I'm just saying. So it is what it is. Oh, you knew that I was going to say about his clothes? I'm just saying, man, look, let's be honest. Hopkins is a beast on that motherfucking field. Off the field, yeah, fashion. Hey, you know, it is what it is, man. I'm not even finna deal with it. Walford, like I said, not super familiar with. I'd have to take a look at it, but I really think the Texans are going to. I think they're looking at somebody in the draft. And I know we mentioned a couple of names. I know some people have said Gesicki, and I don't know if he'll be there. Hopefully so. If he is, that would be great. And there was a couple other names I've heard people mention. Like I said, I'm not super familiar. I'm just now getting into my Hopkins shopping range. Stop. Hopkins shops in rainbows. That's fucking funny. Let's say I think OBJ is really good, but I think they're only going to get him for like a year and $20 million of their cap space, and they're also going to give up things. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're going to take a whole L. Yeah, the Stanford tight end. That's what was his name? That's not Thomas, is it? Because I know somebody had mentioned. What's his name? I can't fucking think of it. But I think they're going to go young. I think the Texans are, again, you know, one of the things that Gaines mentioned was being able to put their Texans imprint on things. So they're looking for guys they can develop. They're looking for youth. And I think that they're going to. I think that's the direction they're going to go in the draft. I think they're going to look for a tight end. I think they feel comfortable about the moves they made on the interior line. I think they feel comfortable with the secondary acquisitions that they picked up. I still see them picking up another DB in the draft in the third round. But at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. I know I said not to expect it prior to, but at this point, my gut is telling me the Texans pull a move to get into the second round. I don't know exactly why I feel this way. I feel like they move up. I think it's just the likelihood and what assets do we have to get into the first. That's what stops me from believing that we'll get into the first round. But I sincerely feel like the Texans will bust a move and they will move up into the motherfucking second round somehow, some way. I don't know what for what and who, but that is how I feel. Because I think that Gain, I think that B.O.B., I think they feel comfortable with what they've done, and I feel like they're gonna wanna go after some youth in a couple of places. Well, of course, the draft, the only choice you have is to go after some youth, but would I be against adding Reed in the secondary? No, but something I want to mention, and shout out to Ray Ray, because we were in the round table. Of course, y'all don't get to hear everything that we talk about in the round table. But you guys have to take into account, again, people have to remember, they just signed Hal to a decent little deal. Hal will still be here for quite a bit. So I would not be Schultz. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Dalton Schultz. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, that's not Thomas. I know Ian Thomas, but Schultz is the one. So that's why I say I think they're going to go with a tight end in the draft. I think they're going to be looking for something young, somebody that can mold. Yeah, McNair ain't finna go with the Reed. Reed did the dirty deed. So it is what it is. They're going to be happy, man. They're going to be content with Davenport going in at LT. B.O.B. mentioned that. He said that he's going to be cool with, or for the most part, that they think that they'll be cool with Davenport. He looked good a couple of times, they said. You're saying I think we should trade Tyler Irvin, Jay Prosh, and Will Fuller for Browns. For what from the Browns? Somebody just texted on the South line. What would we trade Tyler Irvin, Jay Prosh, and Will Fuller to for the Browns? So that's what I say. They're going to go young, man. I think Davenport just has to focus on getting stronger. And as long as he gets stronger, then shit, they're going to be all right. See, having 2 second rounders this year, we can use that as leverage. Yeah, it's going to take that, and it's going to take some action. Because, I mean, shit, you got to look at what the Jets gave up to make that trade, man. Who they traded with that? Was the Colts trade? Shit, you got to think about that. How much they gave up just to trade 3 places. They came off 2 or 3 extra fucking second-round picks to trade 3 spots in the first. So for us to try to get all the way back into the first, to try to get all the way back into the second, it's going to require a little bit of assets. It's not going to be just easy. And depending on if there's somebody that they see that has fallen, some stock that had fell a little bit, and that somebody they want to go out and get, it may cost them. We may still have the possibility of overspending to move up to go get somebody. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I don't want to stay stagnant. That could be part of it. That's just, it might not be that I truly believe we're going to move up. It may just be me personally feeling like I don't want to stay stagnant because I feel like, there could be a player or two in this draft, more so in the secondary. But I think, like I said, again, they're content with what they have. I heard that they were at A&M. Somebody was saying that they were checking out old buddy. What's his name from A&M? Johnny Manziel. Yeah, they were looking for Johnny Manziel, see if he could be a backup. No, I'm fucking with y'all. I heard they were checking out Watts and some stuff like that, so we'll see what's happening. Oh, shit, I just got some breaking news on the motherfucking sauce line. It says the Browns trade the Texans their first-round pick back in exchange for the 2019 second-rounder and Heidi's nudes. Heidi, did you have something to do with this? This is what just came in hot on the sauce line from a trusted and reliable source. Should Lamar Jackson fall to us if he does? Are you drafting a backup? Well, I mean, yeah, if he's there, you take it and you entertain it, but I don't see that happening. Somebody's gonna look. Not all. Okay, you can say what it may be. Let's say there's 10. Let's say there's 12 teams solidified starting QBs that have their positions are basically cemented. Okay, I'm just throwing a number out there. So say you have 20. teams available. Now, some of them will have other major needs. Some will be looking in a different direction. You're going to have a lot of them that have the black QB stigma. They're not going to want to take it. They're going to say you should have tried out as a receiver, this yada, yada, yada. But I don't think that there are 20 stupid teams in the NFL. Or I don't think there's 20 scared teams. I won't say stupid. I don't think there's 20 scared teams. I think that one of those teams would be willing to take a flyer on Lamar Jackson in the first. Because I think what's going to happen is, especially once a bunch of QBs start flying off the board, which is going to happen very early, people are going to get nervous. Teams are going to get nervous. People are going to hope that they're getting the next Deshaun Watson. It's going to be a lot of different emotions. There's going to be a lot of different things floating around Lamar Jackson. Some people are going to be high on him. Some people are going to be real negative, and we don't know. Yes. Oh, yeah. Again, another third straight. I'm glad you mentioned that, Heidi. Not the third straight, but the third double-digit win streak. They win a bunch, take a L, go on a double-digit win streak. Lose one, go on another double-digit win streak. That's just what they do. That's just what they do. So you're trying to get Nelson and Barkley. Oh, no. You say you hope Lamar falls down to the Jags? Let Lamar Jackson play QB Watson. Watson said Lamar might be one of the best in the league. He might be the best coming out the draft. Look, here's the thing. You tell him, Watson looked like he was annoyed answering questions about Lamar Jackson. He said, look, I'm tired of these motherfucking I'm tired of these motherfucking questions about fucking Jackson. Y'all motherfuckers been comparing him to me all my career. Fuck that motherfucker. What if he just would have came out and said, fuck Lamar? Fuck that motherfucker. Says, Y says, which player are you most excited to see return from injury next season and why? And how much of an impact will they make? Well, that's very, Watson was happy to have Whedon back. He's like, they brought my boy back. He tweeted it or whatever. He was real excited. I probably have to go with Watson on that one just because of what he did. I mean, when he was here, we saw the difference in what it was like to have a quarterback, an outstanding quarterback, as opposed to 17, Savage Life, those guys, things like that. So it is what it is. But at the same time, you don't want to discount guys like Merciless, discount guys like Watt. Because, like I say, if they are able to contribute and the other pieces are in place for this defense, I mean, we can get back to that. We can get back to that top-notch number one standing. Because, I mean, think about this. Think about a couple of plays, man. Let's think about a couple of things. Okay. Let's say that Seattle game. Let's say that Patriots game. Let's just say Honey Badger is playing in that game as opposed to Moore or whomever, or the ball that Moore drops. You get a guy that it hits Honey Badger in the hands. Do you see him dropping that, or do you see him making an impact play? Do you see him sealing the deal, or do you see him, dropping it, turning it into an incomplete pass, and giving Tom Brady another opportunity to score, to win, to seal the deal, to do what he does best? So my thing is, it's the little pieces. We've made the necessary upgrades because I said it before free agency ever started. And so I have to stick to my true feelings. And my true feelings were that I don't need world beaters. We don't need world beaters. We just need guys that are upgrades because we know what Watson can do. We need to put a line around him that can keep him healthy. We need something better than what we had out there last year. We get guys back, Watt, Merciless, everybody, depth. I mean, everybody. We're not sleeping on guys like Reader. Everybody else, man, Scarlett, who's starting to look good. I'm not saying these guys are my favorites that I'm really excited, but all of these guys are going to be contributors. They're going to find their lane. They're going to have that one or two plays a game where they make an impact. It may be they may not get a lot of PT. They may get in 3 games all season, but in them 3 games, they make significant enough plays that sealed the deal for us. So I just really want to see what this team, what this defense more so looks like coming back healthy. I know what Watson can do. I just want to see him stay upright. I just want everybody to come back. Honestly, I just want to see this team be healthy. That's more so. But I think if it came down to picking an individual, of course it would be Watson, and we know exactly what he would be able to do. Am I happy that Xavier Su'a-Filo signed with the Titans? Abso-fucking-lutely. You know what I mean? That's the bed rising Phoenix already. Watson the supercomputer. Yes. You say Watson lying that tweet about weed. He ain't lying. He ain't tripping because weed ain't finna come take his spot. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing, man. Would you rather take the 2019 second round pick or 2 2018 third round picks to move up into the second round this year? Depends on where you're moving up into the second. Depends on where you're moving up in the second. Now, if we're saying that they're going to get you to the same spot, I think I'd probably come off the 2 third rounders, simply because then you keep your 2 more valuable picks. You keep your more valuable pick for the next year too. So if I had to come off any of them, I'd rather come off the 2 third rounders as opposed to the 1 second rounder, especially if I'm trying to get back into the second round. So, I don't know. That'd be my opinion. So it is what it is. Braxton Miller, I don't think he has the arm strength anymore to be a legitimate QB threat in the league. But I would not be surprised. I was watching a little bit, going back and watching some old JT Barrett, some recent JT Barrett, and I can see it. I can see the Texans maybe, if they're interested in Lamar, he could probably be a valid fix. Like I said, I don't know about his arm strength and some of those other issues, but just playing style, he looks very similar. What do I think that OBJ is worth? Less than Hopkins. I wouldn't give him Watzenberger. That's like the Russians. Or the UN give me the Sean Watson immediately. I probably wouldn't give ODB Dirty Bastards worth $1 billion. OBJ 14, 15. I have personal biases against OBJ, I guess, because they always showing him more love than Hopkins. But it is what it is, man. I don't know. I just think the dude has issues. Dude is a net fighter. How you over there fighting a net, dog? Like, what has it ever done to you, and why? Why are you engaged in this type of behavior? Why are you out there letting the thotties air you out on the gram or whatever the fuck it is? I don't think I was gonna say Hopkins, but Hopkins did have an issue, didn't he? Wasn't there a situation with Hopkins tweeting out a dick pic or some shit like that? There was an issue with Hopkins. Hopkins did have a situation. No, shout out to King 88 for winning the raffle. It's Golden State Warriors. Makes me think about Boris and Natasha from fucking Rocky and Bullwinkle. Let me see. What am I missing? I might be missing some real checks. I'm looking at the wrong shit. Rocky. Let's see. But as I am looking at the time clock now, I think we will call it a Rapski here in just a second. How is it Russian? Because you got to think about like all the stereotypes that like we see here. That's how the Russians sound. Exactly, Jay Dizzle. You ain't lying. Hopkins was the one that made it. He made the OBJ catch before OBJ catch. It was the Hopkins catch. But because it got called back and because it was on some old hoe ass shit, motherfuckers just act like it didn't happen. Hopkins has done everything OBJ has done and then some. But like again, because he's in the city, because of where it is and the national media bias, it ain't no love. It ain't no love, man. So, but if you look at all the look at Russian stereotypes on like American shows. That's how they sign with the V. The Russian, the fucking Boris and Natasha. I will get moose and flying squirrel. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't think he can get away with shit like LT did because the shit now is different. You know what I'm saying? Sir. Hey. Oh, y'all ain't, oh, damn it, I fried it. Damn it. I was jamming too. Middle finger OBJ. There got to be a way I can bring those things back and make them talk again. Well, I can hear the music. I'm sorry. It's got Houston on my back because I love the city I'm from. Hands up if you feel that.
Deshaun Watsonville do ads for Vada Burger.
Now the fucking robot got the Russian accent. Oh man, did the sound come through on the second time? Okay, all right. Yeah, because I be forgetting I have to have the. I got to make sure I have the desktop out. The same shit that I forget to cut off when I'm listening to Spotify. When I'm listening to Spotify on in the Kush Den, I cut it off and then I forget to cut it back on so y'all can hear it in the motherfucking sauce. But with that being said, I want to say shout out to everybody who came through the sauce. We stirred it up a little bit. Just talking about some of the shenanigans going on around the league. I'm glad that Suafilo will not be back in the Texas unit because that was something I truly, we talked about it often on the round table. That do not be surprised if Suafilo is back up in the Texas jersey. But thank God that did not happen. I got you, Voodoo Child. I got you. Matter of fact, it's as soon as we get up out of here because I got my Christian settings already ready, so I'll make sure to get on you on that. So make sure, like I said, we're gonna slide into the Christian one more time this evening, talk a little bit of shit. I have no idea. Oh, actually, I'm lying. I do know what we're talking about, but I forgot what it was. But I made the thumbnail already, so whatever it is. Make sure y'all are in the Kush Den. Make sure y'all fucking with that. I just want to say thank you to everybody who came through. Shout out to all the super saucy love. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for supporting the flavor. And again, a can of whoop ass. Yeah, I'll shoot y'all some sauce. I'll shoot y'all some. Look, I ain't gonna shoot y'all no love sauce, but I'll shoot y'all some sauce on the love. Yeah. All right, but like I say, with that being, Scotty got his own playlist. You say, Honcho, what are the moves? Which moves? What do you? What's the move? Oh, double up. Don't play no games. But again, like I said, I appreciate y'all coming through, fucking with the flavor, man, fucking with the sauce. I appreciate everybody who's been fucking with it for the long term. I mean, plenty of things to come up, plenty of things going down. Change is coming up. I've been saying all that, but I'm just instead of just doing anything, I'm pushing it to the first. And we're just gonna start fresh on the first. Back in the podcast, back with the website, back with everything, and then really pushing the sauce overload. And I just want to say thank y'all. We wrap up this 1C Friday. Oh yeah, it's gonna be over with. It's gonna be over with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about that. The Rockets got that. The Texans gonna be all right. The Astros finna repeat. Shit, the Dynamo gonna even do the damn thing. But with that being said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Tune into that Kush Den. We should be in there before 10 o'clock. Y'all stay saucy. I am out. Y'all be cool, man.